We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Mbow, right tackle for Purdue. Really interesting prospect in this 2025 NFL draft class. Really good athleticism. He is undersized, and I expect to see him move to the inside at the next level. Like, he's got limited length. He has some problems there, and I wouldn't even be surprised if teams view him as a center, but he plays with some great aggressiveness. He understands, like, he has very nuanced hand usage. Like, he's very advanced. He loves to use snatch and trap. It's very, very fun to watch him play. Like, he is winning the hand battle pretty constantly, and he understands, like, how, to shorten the length using, like, a one-hand stab. Like, he has different use. Like, he'll, use independent hands, sometimes hit you with a two-hand stab. It's very, very exciting to watch him play, and he's just a great athlete. Loves to finish things at the next level. Like, only being about 300 pounds, that's kind of a, one of the issues with him, and I don't know where teams are going to value him, and his lack of length is where you probably won't see him on the outside, but I do feel like center is where you're probably going to see overall what teams want to see from Mbow. So we'll start back on this first play. Like, look at the change of direction skills on this screen. Look at him get up out of here, and then out of one cut, boom, flip his hips back open and get out in space. That's super impressive. And then get a nice hit on someone too. So, like, good angles, really good power at the point of attack to, knock that guy out of the way, allow his guy to get down the field on that screen. Very, very impressed with his movement skills. Get him in, like, a heavy outside zone scheme. He does a lot of good work. But even stuff like this, look at the torque. Look at him. He powers this one up. Like, he just, one hand, boom, throws that guy out the club. He understands, like, how to use momentum and leverage against him. Throw that guy out of the club. And then also get a seal on this guy, help this guy work around the edge. He loves to throw those hands like that, almost like slingshot people past him all the time. Hitting people with clubs, it's very, very fun. Like, here's another example. They go draw, so he's just like, hey, I want this guy's momentum to go past me, understand the situation. It's just a hard club, throws the guy out of the club with the club. Just very, very fun to watch Marcus play. He's just has so many different moves within his bag. Like this, getting, like, more aggressive in his set here, like a jump set, boom, into him. So he, like, and he does a great job with his feet too. Like, his feet are very good at, like, mixing up what types of sets he's throwing at people. So he's very advanced for, a guy in college, a guy that understands, like, his feet and hands and how to use, like, a lot of those things and combine those things together. Then when he gets out of his stance here, he gets very aggressive with that jump set. Really good job, snatching at the point of attack as well. It just keeps these edge defenders off balance, and it's very, very exciting to watch him go to work. He gets that first step is towards, which ends up kind of freezing this DN, not expecting it. Then he shoots out his hands. So now that he shoots out both his hands, Bo is now in a balanced position, recognized that he gave him with that little fake, and now he swipes down, hits him with the snatch, and then knocks the guy off balance, absolutely wins it right away. Those are just super advanced offensive lineman techniques. You just don't see that often out of rookies. That's why I'm such a big fan, even though he doesn't have the greatest size, but he has the really advanced play, and he's also very athletic, the great stuff out in space. So he ends up in the right scheme. Put him in the right spot. Wouldn't be surprised if he could play center or guard for you. Mixing things up, here's a nice little, boom, one-hand stab initially, like as I was talking about, independent hands. He shoots that right hand right into the chest. Good strike, and then he's able to reset and then swipe down with that left hand. Like, that's just amazing work. And then get back in just a solid position when this guy falls off balance. Hold it at the point of attack. Active feet the whole time. That's just amazing work. And he sticks with it too, because then the QB is holding onto the ball for a while, escaping the pocket, and Bo doesn't allow him to get after his quarterback. That's just phenomenal work. Makes an impact in kind of both levels, of the game. He can, the running game and the passing game, but he also works down the field. Here, he's trying to reach block this guy. They're trying to capture the edge. He gets up out of it, and he does a good job getting his hips across. But once he realizes, like, this guy's working off balance, look how good he is at working their own balance against him. Like, he's once trying to reach, and now he feels this guy working over the top. Now just use that left hand, kind of peel off him with your right, and sort of just throw him out of the way, and then finish that block to the ground. Your guy's already hitting the cutback, but Bo's almost off the screen here while the running back's on the other side. Like, his technique is phenomenal. Really exciting to watch. He can climb to the second level. He's got that athleticism. You can see him kind of explode out of his stance. Move this guy, that number 30 right there, a second level defender. Just very exciting to watch him go to work. He can work some combos. Attack this guy on the low hip. You're trying to help out 75. Doesn't really do too much because this guy works the inside of 75, so he doesn't need to help out too much. Helps him seal off, and then find the second level defender again. Stick with it. Finish him to the ground. Love his nastiness type of play style. He's definitely very willing to finish those blocks. It's always a bonus, I think, for these guys, especially when they're undersized. Good strike timing. Once the guy, shows his chest, boom, flash it into it. Right hand flies in, left hand now as well, fighting with the other hands. Great job with independent hands. And now he's just hand fighting and just staying in great position. He also plays with, he doesn't, even though a lot of times is what people struggle with that have shorter arms, they overextend, but Mbow doesn't do that very often. He plays with great balance. He bends at his knees. He's playing with a good base here. His feet and hands are tied together just the whole way. It's just great hand fighting ability. It's just really, really exciting to watch it. And then he does it at the second level. Just look at this work. Just attack the low hip on the D tackle. Boom. Create displacement. Even kind of throws his own teammate out of the way. But it ends up working. And then he climbs the next level. And then he uses a snatch on the upcoming linebacker to throw him to the ground. And then 48-5 is able to work off the back of him. This is so hard to do. It's so hard to find second level defenders. And when you feel their momentum like this, to actually snatch him to the ground, you only see some of the best O-linemen do that at the next level. Then you got Mbow just moving out in space, laterally on pulls. That's something he can do as well. Look at him work lateral. He's working some karaoke type work right here. Staying square to the line of scrimmage to kick that guy out. That's special movement skills from him. So really like to see that type of work there at the point of attack. And then we get the upcoming play. Look, it's the snatch and trap, dude. He's so good at it. He stays patient. They're sliding, full slide to the left here. So he's just staying, this guy's kind of reading what's going on. He's staying patient, waiting for tap. And look at him snatch down here. Violently snatch and just put that guy to the ground. Take him out of the way. This is an advanced game up front that is played between offensive lineman and defensive lineman. And he's playing it at one of the highest levels when he's doing stuff like that. Very, very exciting to watch. And he's doing it all the time. Look, gets engaged, shoots his hands, not immediately, doesn't go for the snatch, but once he's engaged here, 55 starts to go back, boom, look at him hit the snatch down. And then 55 loses his momentum, his balance, and Mbow throws him to the ground with him. Just absolutely phenomenal work. It's just constantly over the film. It's just not some one-off stuff. Here, see him working on a pull again, working that karaoke laterally, kicking out at the point of attack. I mean, he's the guy leading up into it, but look at him just pop this second-level defender, throw him out of the way, stay on his feet, and he gets low here too. You might think he might fall off balance here, but look at him stay very under controlled. I love balance as an athletic trait for an offensive lineman, and I think he plays with some great balance. And he just does a good job over and over again, getting engaged. Look at his hand placement here. Shoots that right hand initially, strike timing, and then break the left hand underneath into the armpit. Now he's playing with high hand, low hand, and he's in complete control of that situation absolutely the entire time. Mbow doesn't allow him to win around the edge either. He's got the athleticism and the range to get out there, mixing things up, hands, feet tied together, finish the guy on the ground. Don't let him get back up. It was just constant. And then here's another example of the club. Boom, club, allow him to work pass. It's helpful in the screen game too, because then he can throw that guy down to the pass and then still get upfield, take a great angle on number 2. Look at him seal this guy. He takes a perfect angle and then gets himself across, almost slingshots himself there. He kind of holds around the back, but doesn't make it a very obvious hold because it happens so quick, doesn't move as a momentum, and now his guy's able to work off the back of him down the field. That's just such good work, man. It's very exciting to watch him go to work. He can get aggressive with you in the sets like I've talked about. Great hand fighting ability. Mbow is definitely one of the more advanced guys and very athletic. I don't think he'll play tackle at the next level like I've talked about, but there's so much to like with his game, and he plays with a level of physicality, and you just don't see... Usually the guys that are very advanced like this, usually they work out in some capacity, even if they have some physical limitations when it comes to size, like Mbow has. You're going to find somewhere that he'll work across the offensive line. It's going to work for him eventually. But just really good job with his technique and staying square. Here he is at right guard too. An example of him playing right guard. Most of his work is at tackle, so it's tough to find the guard film. But here's at guard. Tries to work that combo. Identifies. Look at this guy kind of flying in. He kind of identifies these guys swapping spots. Sees it coming and throws his body into him. Finish him to the ground. Very, very impressed with that sort of tenacity that he can play with. But the athleticism, the ability to work out in space, the advanced ability with his hands, tying everything together, upper body, lower body, can climb and work combos from the first level to the second level. In pass protection, just beautiful work with mixing up his sets, using his hands to constantly win battles. I think he could struggle if he has to play tackle at the next level versus those super athletes that he'd have to face. But I think getting him in the interior with maybe even center. I think there's a real possibility center might be his best position at the next level. But I'm a big fan of him just overall. So if you just like, comment, subscribe, please subscribe.